Hello, this is Stephanie Curd, and I'm a reading specialist and coach with Epic Charter Schools. And we just made a quick instructional video for the fabulous new teachers helping with administrative duties. The instructional coaches are in need of assistance with some lesson planning for our Booster Live program. So that's what we're going to go over today. The purpose of this training is to assist you as a new teacher and performing some really helpful tasks for us while your roster fills up. We really appreciate your willingness to assist us in our department as you transition into your new role as an EPIC teacher. So in this training, we'll discuss the purpose of the Booster Live program and how to improve this valuable resource. We'll expand a little bit on how to create lesson plans using the Booster lesson plan format. And again, the instructional coaches really value your expertise and the time that you're spending on this task. So first, I'd like to explain why we use the Study Island boosters and discuss the framework of a booster lesson plan. So Homework Help is a free program provided to all EPIC students, and the boosters are a 24-week program designed to complement various EPIC resources and enhance state test performance for all of our students. Last year, 89% of students who participated in this program improved their MAP RIT scores by nearly 15 points in math and 7 points in reading. So the instructional coaching team would really like to take this to the next level and incorporate a live teaching component to the booster program. And this is where you come in. We are in need of quality lessons to provide to our teachers before jumping into the independent practice piece of the booster program. So this is why we're calling it the Booster Live program. The framework is similar to the gradual release model you may already be familiar with. So we start with a live lesson or a teaching moment, and we move it into a guided practice. And then Kahoot is an optional piece. I'll go into it a little more in a minute. And then from there, students move into the independent practice. And this is in Study Island. And then finally, the student takes an assessment in Study Island. So today you will be working on the teaching moment and the guided practice portion of this slide. Since we will be primarily focusing on the teaching moment, I'm going to break this part down just a bit. Most teachers use Google Slides to make their presentations, and I've actually added a sample lesson at the end of the slideshow, which will be shared with you. The live teaching session should take approximately 30 minutes, and we first begin with our standard, and then we move into some sample questions pulled from Study Island, and we use those for guided practice. You may also choose to search for a Kahoot quiz to use for additional practice. I suggest using Kahoot since students like it and it kind of gives you an idea of how well they've mastered the standard so far, but it's completely optional. And then the following bullets down here are completed in Study Island, so no lesson planning is necessary for those at this point. Okay, so to ensure that we have grade level appropriate lessons aligned with each standard, first we check Epic Live at this website right here, epiclive.rocks, for current lessons available. If you happen to find a lesson, awesome. Then you may transfer it to the link right here. This is the Homework Help Study Island Pacing Guide, and you can use this checklist, the Booster Live checklist, to help you do so. There's detailed instructions on this process in this link right here. If no lessons are available, no problem. Refer to the lesson planning document for help in creating a lesson aligned to the Study Island standard. Also, don't forget, make sure link sharing is on so that anyone within EPIC Charter Schools can view your lesson. Many teachers like to add a short Kahoot quiz to their lesson just for some additional practice. This is not required. Kahoot's just a game-based learning platform where students can demonstrate their learning one-on-one or in a group setting. If you choose to dabble with Kahoot, just watch this tutorial at this link right here, And make sure and search for pre-made Kahoots so you don't have to recreate the wheel. If you do mess around with Kahoot, make sure and use the hashtag #EpicKahoot to tag your Kahoot. And, not sand, I'm sorry, search for Kahoots made by fellow Epic teachers using this hashtag as well. On this slide, I've included a sample lesson plan. This is a 5th grade lesson on planning and organizing writing. So I first just started by listing the objective. Today's topic for the 5th graders, planning writing. I'm going to go through it pretty quickly. A quick review. This is optional. This is because the students had already been with me previously and I wanted to go do a quick review of sentence structure, and then I told them what we're going to be working on today. Planning and organizing writing. I kind of gave them an outline of what we were going to talk about, all the different graphic organizers we were going to be working on, and then I went into more detail. If you notice over here, I pulled this example straight from Study Island. Concept map. This again is pulled straight from Study Island. My examples were all taken straight from Study Island. And then I threw in a quick question, and here's my guided practice. I put it in parentheses. I also pulled my guided practice questions straight from Study Island. And then I went back into a little more teaching. Teaching about sequencing. And then I pulled in another guided practice question taken from Study Island. Done with a little explanation. And then I put a practice with Kahoot here. So this is optional, but if you click on it, it takes you right into my quick game that I created on planning and organizing writing. And then after Kahoot, I would tell my students, or I would put in my lesson plan slideshow, you're now ready to try your Study Island practice test. And I would go ahead and list this part. You would just write planning and organizing writing. And the very last component for new teachers is just to make sure you fill out the exit ticket to log your hours that you spend helping the instructional coaching team. And we really appreciate you once again for your hard work on this project. Thank you from all of us.